Hello, everyone. My name is Sam Waffles, and welcome to the very first episode of the World of Warcraft Weekly News Roundup. This show is basically going to be centered around gathering up the hottest topics coming from World of Warcraft Classic, even some Blizzard news in general, presenting them to you guys, hopefully in a way that'll be informative, but also maybe even a little bit entertaining if we're able to do that for you guys as well. So, on this episode, we actually have a lot to talk about. So, let's go ahead and jump right into the news for the week of February 27th. And so, the first big thing that we're going to be talking about is the release date for patch 9.0.5, which in a shocking turn of events is actually going to be coming out on this reset cycle. So that's going to be March 9th for NA servers and March 10th for the EU servers. Now, this is actually a lot sooner than I expected. I was thinking sometime more towards middle of March, or even worst case scenario towards the end of March. But the fact that we're getting it so soon is going to make a lot of people happy, because it's going to give us a lot more to do. Because in case you don't know, this patch is actually going to be having a lot coming with it. Class balancing, legendary balancing, covenant balancing, wandering ancient mount, dungeon tuning, mythic tuning, and of course, the biggest one that I personally am very excited for, the return of Valor points. Now, for a small refresher of what Valor points are exactly. Valor points are going to be the currency that you earn from Mythic Keystone dungeons as well as Covenant callings that you can use to upgrade gear that you get from dungeons, sort of in a similar path, the way that it works with PvP gear. Now, this gear can be upgraded all the way up to 220 item level, so long as you have completed all dungeons at Mythic 15 or higher, basically as long as you have KSM. Now, initially you can upgrade it all the way up to 220, then you can upgrade it further as long as you completed all dungeons at 5s, then you can upgrade it further as long as you complete all dungeons at 10s, and then of course you ultimately end up at 220 with Mythic 15. Now, on that note, Blizzard, would be kind of nice if we could go all the way to 226, would just be really nice, considering that the PvP lads are able to do that, would just be really nice if us mythic dungeon people would be able to do that as well. Now, Blizzard has also announced that the weekly Valor Cap for the first week is actually going to be really freaking generous at 5,000 Valor points, and increasing subsequently each week by 750 each week after. So you can have a total of 1,500 on you before you need to spend that on upgrading your gear. So all in all, 5,000 is actually a really generous amount that you can earn during the first week. Blizzard has stated that this is sort of the season has been out for a really long time, so they want to make sure that you actually have a chance to get a lot of Valor to upgrade the gear. Now, on to the next topic. Mythic Keystones are also seeing an interesting change as well, guys. So, if you manage to time a key, say a 15, you will receive a Mythic 15 key in your vault. However, if you fail to time a 15 and don't time a 15 during that week, you will instead receive a 14 in your vault. So, this is actually a bit of a backtrack. Blizzard listened to community feedback on what they had originally planned, which was your key will degrade no matter what. So this is actually really nice of Blizzard. I don't really understand why they actually had to change it in the first place. According to them, they were wanting to go back to the sort of original philosophy that they had with Legion, but it didn't really feel like there needed to be a change in general. But if there is going to be a change, because Blizzard wants to change something, this is, in my opinion, a really good change, and it's really nice that they listen to the feedback on this. So, for all of our mount lovers out there, by the way, don't forget that this patch is also going to be including the very awesome and the very cool looking Wandering Ancient Mount, which the community voted on, and we're finally going to be getting free for all as long as you own a copy of Shadowlands. And by the way, guys, I'm really excited for this mount because like the leaves and the on the mount, like the Wandering Ancient, actually change during the seasons, and I'm just like, that's actually really cool. And I'm really excited to be riding around it everywhere, especially it's gonna look really good in Ardenweald with my Night Fae Hunter. Now, onto a bit of WoW Classic news. This is actually kind of intriguing here. Blizzard recently sent out a survey asking players how they would feel about significant changes or new features to be included into the game. One of the options that was presented to players is going to be Classic Era servers with significant game changes. Of course, you also have Classic Era servers with no changes, Classic Era servers with some changes, but the significant game changes is the one that actually caught my eye. Because this could be signaling a sort of Classic Plus, which is one of the two ways that the game could have split off, which was either going to TBC Classic, which of course we are getting, or going into Classic Plus, which seemed like a long shot, but it seems like Blizzard is actually interested in showing that off to everyone. So it's just very surprising that Blizzard would even considering going down this path. But listen, guys, at the end of the day, as long as I get Wrath Classic, I'm okay with whatever Blizzard does. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that is going to be a wrap for the very first episode of the WoW Weekly News Roundup. Like I said at the beginning of the episode, guys, if you don't mind, just give me some feedback. Let me know what I could be doing better. I'm going to keep working on this weekly, you know, as we try to make things, compile the news better, just make everything more efficient, basically, at the end of the day. However, if you did enjoy this episode, definitely make sure to leave a like, make sure to favorite it, make sure to comment, make sure to subscribe, you know, anything to help out with us getting into the YouTube algorithm more. And guys, I'm really, really excited to bring this out to you. This is something that I've had in the pipeline for a really long time, and I've finally worked up the bravery to actually make this episode. So, as much as I know that this is kind of rough around the edges still, I hope that we can continue to refine it and make it better, everyone. Thank you all so much for watching, and I can't wait to see you all on next week's episode. Goodbye.